Yeah. So what's the good word, everybody? It is your boy Lamar Jamal chilling with you on a Saturday morning, live and direct, up close, personal, unscripted, transparent, Four Corners podcast. Let's get it. And I want to thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. And so we have been on this topic of relationships that matter. I asked you a while ago, do I really love me? And then we follow up with a very important relationship, that father to daughter relationship, daddy's girl. We did a couple of sessions on that. And then we moved and transitioned to that mother to son relationship, mama's boy. We did a couple of sessions and series on that, and I may revisit those after a while. I certainly warrant your feedback. You can hit me with an email, lamarsvoices at gmail.com. I always start these podcasts off with a simple prayer: God, help us. I'll speak for me. I need his help, his blessings every day. You need them. We need them. And so we are going to continue on with this topic of relationships. It's about to get real interesting because we're going to talk about some of these romantic relationships that we have, or that we've had, or that has failed. I would ask you to get a copy of my first book, which is available on Amazon, Unscripted Transparency, the Lamar Callahan story. I'm so passionate about relationships that I was brave enough, with God's help, to share all the things that I did wrong. And I didn't do everything wrong, but I certainly did enough wrong to feel that weight of loss, to feel that blessing of gain, and to be somewhere in the middle wondering how to work it out. Can it be worked out? Maybe so. I don't know. But that is certainly where I'm at today, because I've been on both sides of relationships that went good, and both sides, where the relationships did not so good. So today, guess what we're going to talk about? He said he loved me. All ladies, I know this is what you've been waiting for, because you have found yourself in relationships with some knuckleheads, some losers, some wolves with sheep's clothing, dudes that showed you them good face cards in the beginning. You may have been good looking or hot, and maybe buff and jacked and this, that, and the other, or whatever his swag was. Might have been a professional athlete, an actor, a singer, a lawyer, you name it, one of those things, or maybe just a blue collar, white collar working guy, or whatever. You was all good, but there was something there that initially attracted you, that he got your attention. And so I'm going to really, really take my time with these podcasts, and in particular in these areas, is because there's a few things that I want to happen. Number one, I don't want you walking away from a relationship that you've had with a man that failed, and you categorize all men and you say all men suck. That's wrong and it's unfair, because we don't. Number two, I want you to understand that there are relationships that have worked and are working, and that if you took the time to maybe get some answers for some other people that have been in relationships that they've made it work over the years, you would ask them what they did or what they're doing to make it stick. Some of you younger ladies, you can learn a lot from, maybe your mother, or, a mother figure, or an aunt, or different things like that, who have been there, who have been in long relationships. I have such a respect for people that say, oh, I've been married for, 30, 40, 50 years. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You've seen everything under the sun that's going to come with that relationship. And I would be so blessed to sit at your feet and to be able to ask you questions. But sometimes we don't always get that opportunity. And so, number 3, and this is the big one because I'm always about us taking a look in the mirror. Number 3, ask yourself, what did you contribute to the breakdown of the relationship? And I'm letting you know, if you have the disposition, and I didn't say the position, if you have the disposition to take no accountability for anything that you could have done, you are wrong. Hear it from my mouth. Love or hate me, hear it from my mouth. You played a role in it. I don't care if it was 80-20, 70-30, it doesn't matter. Okay? You played a role and why things broke down. And so let's just get into this right here. He said he loved me. And so in its initial stages, I'm speaking from a man's perspective, ladies. I don't know what's in your heart. I don't know what's in your mind. I don't know your journey. I don't know your struggle. I don't know your fears. I don't know your issues, because you have some. I see you in its beginning stages, an attractive woman. Looks matter to me. I like a woman that takes care of herself. You don't have to be Beyonce. You don't have to be this person that fits into this mold. You don't have to have a perfect figure. Nothing like that, because we put that pressure on people and then we don't allow people to be who they are. I personally am attracted to smart women, mature women. I'm attracted to women who, that if I look at you at the beginning, I want to say to myself, oh, she cares. She cares about herself. She cares about her appearance. You don't have to wear a bunch of makeup that you look like a clown, but some makeup is helpful. Hair done, nails, carry a pocketbook, pay attention to the way you dress, all that stuff. That's what I see on the exterior. Okay, I see you walking by. I see you in the mall. I see you at church. I see you in the park, running, jogging. Hey, newsflash. Hello, I'm looking. She cares. She cares about her appearance. But there has to be something that draws me to you. So, number 1, it's going to be exterior. Ladies, take care of the exterior. Okay, there are things that you can do, okay, to look beautiful. You know, they say some people have natural beauty, and I believe that to be true. There's women that don't need a lot of makeup. This is it. But there are all things that you can do to accessorize yourself and look good and look better and all that. But we don't want to harp on that. But the initial attraction from me to you, there has to be something that draws me to you. So if it's first glance, if it's we notice each other, if I as a man took that time to just approach you on a whim, are you friendly? Oh, snap. Some of you ladies, as beautiful as you are, you have looks on your faces at times that says I'm not approachable. I hope you heard that. You have looks on your face at times that says I'm not approachable. And to us men who are visual, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to check things out depending on, like I said, where we are, how long we have, whatever. I'm going to try to just check out your vibe, this, that, and the other. And so I, as someone who's a mature man, who's not going to try to run some game and this, that, and the other, I may compliment you. Can you receive a compliment? I may just say, oh, wow, you look nice today. You look pretty today. Good response on your end. Thank you. Not turn off. Super, super, super turn off. Why wouldn't you want a man to give you a respectful compliment and say, you look nice today, you look pretty, that hair style or color suits you, whatever. You have to be approachable. So are you approachable? Are you even friendly? Do you know how to engage in a conversation with a man that doesn't have to be sexual? It doesn't have to have any type of nasty feeling to it, that you felt like the guy just approached you and was just looking down at your cleavage and couldn't make any eye contact with you? Can you have that type of relationship? Can you be in a social setting, maybe where music is playing and this, that, and the other, and there's a bunch of other people there, and you strike up conversation, rather, he strikes up conversation with you, and then you're able to carry that on. These are things in its beginning stages that we are going to talk about, because I'm laying down the foundation to you before we get into that. Those three words, I love you. He said he loved me. There's a whole bunch that happened prior to that, and I want to give you a perspective from a man who has been married, divorced, who has been in relationships where it was just about the physical, who has been in relationships where I felt like, I was raising a daughter because the person was so immature. I've been in relationships that the woman was further along in me than life and had things more established than me, and I could really learn and grow from her. I've seen it all. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it all. I've been in relationships with women where I tried to blend my kids when they were younger with her kids, and it just was messy, okay? And everybody got hurt because things didn't work out. So I'm letting you know things about me so that you understand that I'm qualified to talk to you about this. I love you. But he said he loved me. So there's a build up here, ladies. There's an anticipation. And I don't know about you, but I get super excited when I meet somebody, for the first time, and you conversate. And I like what I call easy conversation. Do y'all know what I mean? Easy conversation where things are free flowing. You're not scratching your head looking for something to talk about. You're not, bored out of your mind because a person can't hold a conversation about any, given subject for more than 5 minutes. So I like people to be well versed in different areas so that we can have different things to talk about. We don't have to just sit and talk straight about politics. We don't have to sit and talk straight about religion. We don't have to just sit and straight talk about family. But if we have an end there, let that be the end. That's the end where we can meet a common ground, so to speak, okay? And so as you build up and you are meeting each other for a first time, here's what I do. So I will meet somebody maybe in passing, and I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman to say hi to a man if she finds him attractive. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. You don't need to be super aggressive or whatever, but saying, hello, what's your name? My name is. I don't think there's anything wrong with that going either way. I do, however, believe that as a man, you should be the one maybe to make the next step. So I would say, depending on where we are, is there a way that we could talk again? I'd love to speak to you, or could reach out to you, this, that, and the other. Now, what is a turn off to me? And you guys can think what you want. Don't tell me to reach out to you on Instagram. Okay, that's immature as hell. All right, don't tell me to reach out to you through social media. Grow up. Okay, be someone that is mature, and if you are open even to building a friendship, okay, we ain't doing that. I understand stranger danger and this, that, and the other, but it's not like you're meeting me online and you don't know who you're talking to. You met a man that's standing in front of your face, gave you his name, you gave him yours, and if you want to have a conversation further on down the road, okay, exchange phone numbers. I believe that can be healthy. If that's not what you want to do at that time, then you make that known, okay? You could say to him, I don't typically give out my phone number to someone that I meet for the first time. So say if you guys are at the gym at Planet Fitness, okay, it's okay if you feel all right to ask him, oh, how often do you work out here? And vice versa. Oh, I plan to be here during the week. Let's see each other then, and maybe we can sit down and talk. However, if you are comfortable and you give your phone number for the first time, and you can let him know what restrictions there are. I'm not typically up late. Okay, I go to bed kind of early, so a better time for me to talk would be during the day, this, that, and the other. You know your schedule. Okay. What is a super turn off is that you meet somebody for the first time or whatever, you exchange phone numbers, and then the person's unreachable. I'd rather you not give me your information. I'd rather you let me know, hey, it was nice meeting you. And I've actually asked women that. I'll say, would you like to exchange contact information so that we can talk again? Or is it nice meeting you right now? There's no harm, there's no foul there. But I'm talking to you about the motion going forward, that this is all leading up to. He said he loved me. I want you to think back to all of these things, because I don't know about you, but like me, I will walk away, especially from a relationship that didn't work, and I'll look at the things, the red flags, the things that I didn't see, the things I could have done differently. How I handled her, how much was I available, for her, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, etc. Different things that I said that I wish I could have said differently. Times maybe that she had needed me to lean on, that maybe I wasn't available because I was busy doing other things. I look at all of these things that lead up to, telling someone you love them and showing someone you love them. And I want you to be able to follow this so that you can see everything is not love. Sometimes it's lust. Everything is not what you think it was. It's what you made it to be, what you hoped it to be, and somehow you tried to cram it, and jam it and slice it and push it up or pull it back or whatever, because you wanted it to somehow work the way you had hoped it would. And a lot of times it doesn't happen that way, because when two people meet, you're bringing two histories together. Okay, you're bringing think of this: history, his story. Ladies, he has a story. Okay, his story. He is bringing his story to you, and he is going to tell and show you his story. Can you relate? Can you get down? Do you want to understand it? Do you have the patience to deal with this? Okay, your part, because I am of the belief that as men, and this is biblical, and I'm not trying to Bible thump you or whatever, but there's a scripture in the Bible that says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. I want God's favor, and I want God's blessing. And so if I'm in pursuit of a woman and I'm in pursuit of a relationship, okay, especially depending on where people are, me as a middle-aged man, I'm not looking just to kick it with some woman. I'm looking to settle down, okay? But this is different for everybody. So understand, depending on where you are, if this is your first relationship, depending on what you got going on in your life, you may be in college, you may have graduated college, you may just be getting out of high school, going into college. Your focus in different things is going to be different. You may be settled down, you may have been married, you may be a widow. There's all kinds of things. But I'm talking to the individual that the season and where you are in your life, and if you have room or not in your heart to allow somebody to come in. If you are closed off, or if you're not dating at this time, that's 100% okay. Then it's okay for you to let somebody know that. That is completely cool. But I'm talking about, you have taken that step and you said, I met this guy at the library, he seems nice. He asked me to go to dinner. I said yes. And now, what are you feeling? What are you thinking about him? What is going to be your plan prior to the date? Are you going to talk on the phone? Are you going to strictly text? Are you going to text and talk on the phone? Are you going to disclose this or this? Some things that women do is they say certain things right off the cuff, as though this is strictly what the dude is looking for. Like, I just want to let you know that, I'm not sleeping with you. Well, wait a minute. We didn't even, you know what I mean? We didn't even get anywhere, and you're already saying this, which you are now showing him, okay, that maybe you've been hurt in that area before, or you may be actually making him feel like the way he approached you was just going to be about something physical, and that's not necessarily fair. Now, if that's the way things went, and that was the response that was warranted, then so be it. But now the build up, it's the build up. You know, in a perfect situation, we would take time to build a friendship, whatever that looks like for you, whatever it looks like for him. But your part to play in it, you're making yourself available. You're being a woman of your word. Listen to me. One of my love languages is communication. And the thing that I appreciate most is when a woman says what she means and means what she says. You tell me you're going to call me at 8 o'clock, or you're going to be somewhere at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Be a person of your word. Um, you don't owe me your blood or your arm or your leg, but you do owe me the what I would call a human courtesy to let me know if you are not able to meet something that we have planned. That's just a respect for each other, and a lot of that is missing these days. People, make plans and different things like that, and you're able just to drop the plans like that, and that's unfair to the person. It's actually a turnoff, ladies, just to let you know. So be a woman of your word, okay? And you know, if you let me know, real talk, you're only available, and hear me. A lot of you ladies know these things already, but this is a refresher for you, okay? Because you've gotten your feelings hurt quickly. You've gotten your feelings hurt over and over and over in the same time that you are going through these things. You're not paying attention to the things that could be done differently. You didn't look back at the last time someone approached you and says, okay, what can I do differently this time? What you've done is you've written it off altogether, so that now you're not available and nobody can get next to your heart or get close to you. And that's unfair, because you're making me pay for what the last guy did wrong, or you're making me pay for what you did wrong with the last guy. You've already categorized me there, and you don't even know me yet, and that is not fair. And so what is okay is, in the beginning stages, ask a lot of questions. I ask a lot of questions, and appropriate questions, you know what I mean? And depending on, the conversation and different things you guys have, you can ask the person, when was your last relationship? How did it end? Uh, 3 questions. When was your last relationship? How or why did it end? And are you guys cordial today? Think about that. When was your last relationship? How did it end? And are you guys still cordial today? And if that man, ladies, is honest, you're going to learn a lot about him just in those questions. When was your last relationship? Oh, it was just ended last week, last month. That's fresh. Okay, there's still a lot of fresh meat on that bone. There is still a lot of lust, love in that heart. There's still a lot of thought in that mind. Um, I'm talking to you from experience. There is possibly some unresolved things. You might be the rebound. You don't want to walk into a situation that you don't know what you're walking into. Ask questions. Ask plenty of questions. Okay. Be a woman of your word. As I said, if you let me know, I ask people that I meet, what is your mode of communication? Are you a texter, a talker, video chat, whatever? And I want to maximize that so that you can see I'm being respectful of your time. I'm being respectful of your wishes, the whole 9 yards. But then I have a mode of communication also, in that I'm hoping that you're going to meet me halfway somewhere. So if you're a texter and I'm a talker, I'm hoping that you will have a conversation with me every now and then, or whatever. I'm laying a basic foundation down for, you all, for you ladies, for you gents, because people are getting hurt every day. People are giving up on relationships every day. People are giving up on themselves in relationships every day because they can't keep one and they don't understand what they're doing or saying wrong. And if we pay attention to certain things, we can really understand that there is, I'm not going to just say a right way, there might be a better way for you to do it than what has worked for you in times past. And so this is the build up. He said he loved me. Ladies, don't you want to hear and know truly a man that looks you in your face and holds you by your hand and says, baby, I love you and I need you and I want to spend and share my life with you? Don't you want that? Isn't that something that is appealing to you? Isn't that something that's attractive to you? Don't you, am I talking to ladies who could say at the age of 6, I've always thought about, a fairy tale wedding or this, that, and the other? Hello, this is all the stuff that we're talking about. Ladies, what did you learn from your mother? Was she willing to share how her and your dad met, or her and your stepdad, or if your mother is not in a relationship today and she's single, don't you want to know why? Don't you want to find out, how you got here? Okay, how did you get here? Was it from makeup loving between my parents and they weren't trying necessarily for a job, blah blah blah? Was I planned? Maybe that doesn't matter to you, but a lot of those things are huge because you're here now and your DNA, okay, is from your people. And so, as they say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And so you're going to, maybe imitate certain things, or certain things you're going to say, I'm not going there. So listen, I hope that your mouth is watering, because we're going to get into some things. This is going to get real. It's going to get, I don't want to say controversial, but you're not going to agree on everything that I say, and you're not supposed to. Listen, I warrant your feedback, because we should be able to talk about some things that you have answers to. My goal with these podcasts is, once there's enough content and different things out there, I'm going to start speaking live at places. We're going to start going to some hotels and some different, banquet centers and whatnot, and we're going to be talking about all of these very things. And you're going to be able to ask me some questions. And I'm not Dr. Phil, okay, but I'm a dude that has a lot of experience, and I want you to be able to learn from your boy. Again, Lamar Jamal, Four Corners Podcast. I'm going to sign off right here. This is part 1 of He Said He Loves Me. I'm off to a men's group and to get myself some good fellowship with some brothers and have some breakfast. And we're going to do it like that. I love you. Peace and love. Give me your feedback. Lamar'sVoices@gmail.com. I'm out.